That was like the best arc so far. 100%. I feel like, surely something is going to happen with the Dragon Balls again, right? Like, the dragon cannot be dead. The dragon cannot be dead because that means the master, oh my god, Chozu, Kuririn will still be dead, he'll stay dead. A lot of other people who are in the tournament, including Namu. I like Namu. Surely something has to happen so that the Dragon Balls come back and the dragon can come. They're not staying dead, right? That's not on. Like, I kind of predicted that, yeah, they would just get the Dragon Balls again, resurrect everyone who's been killed by Piccolo, and the Dragon Balls will reappear a year later. And I just was not expecting so much of what happened in this. Like, there were so many losses before we finally got the wins, and up until this point, I mean, Goku did struggle a little bit up to this point. In the previous arcs, we definitely saw some struggle there. But victory would pretty much always come, unless it was part of a tournament. But in terms of, like, the bad guys, in terms of actual fights with bad guys, Goku wins, and we saw him lose pretty spectacularly in this arc. And what I loved is that he did have to keep trying and trying, and he went back to that Karen Tower to get stronger. It wasn't just that easy for him, and now that we have well, maybe there's another way that we can get them back, like maybe there's another way we can resurrect them, but I have no hope. Like, at the start of this arc, I had hope. I had hopes and dreams that we would restore everyone, bring them back to life, but no. That kind of got dashed, and I just kept feeling my heart drop with each chapter at how strong and formidable King Piccolo is. Even though that's like a little bit of a silly name, he was not a silly character really. Like, wow, the fact that he could make the monsters out of his body, or he could like spit out the monsters and they would like hatch and just be fully formed and ready to kill people, like that was so awesome. And yeah, now we have his son who's going to avenge him now. Like, that'll be so exciting. So I know that the final arc is called Piccolo Jr. arc, so I kind of had a feeling that there would be some kind of continuation with that storyline. But yeah, I was just... this arc started so dark anyway because the previous arc ended in such a dark place. And King Piccolo getting the roster of all the tournament people and killing them one by one while getting the Dragon Balls. Honestly, my heart broke for Namu because I'm like, well, I really want Namu to be restored now. Like, I feel really bad for these characters. I really do feel for these characters, even the ones who we only see very briefly. I really care for them. I want them to be restored. And like, I don't fully love the turtle guy because of all the pervy stuff, but like on the other side of that, he really gave his life to try and stop King Piccolo, and it was such a heart-wrenching scene anyway. And the fact that Goku could feel it, like, I care about the turtle guy because Goku cares about him, and he is a strong character in his own right, and him standing up to King Piccolo was absolutely awesome. And yeah, I was a little bit sad when he passed, but I'm more sad for Goku than anything else. You know, he's lost his best friend, he's lost his master. It just feels like, well, what next? How can we possibly restore them now? The moment when King Piccolo asks to be young again when he was at his fullest power, and then he gets his wish, but then he kills the dragon. I was not expecting that. Like, that was insane to me. Maybe a little bit too easy how all the Dragon Balls were like collected pretty quickly. And I feel like because it's like the third time now in like, what was it, like 13, 14 volumes that the dragon's been summoned. I'm like, okay, it's easier to get the Dragon Balls than it is to find the One Piece, for instance. And I know like the trackers and stuff definitely helps. Like, that really does narrow it down. But yeah, it did start to feel like the Dragon Balls were being a little bit overused. A part of me is kind of glad that there is no way of using it again unless something gets reversed or there's something else, maybe a loophole or something that I might find out in the next arc. Like, unless something like that happens, I just don't know like what's gonna happen with the Dragon Balls now, and like will we be able to restore our friends? I don't know. It's so exciting though. Tenshinhan was an absolute MVP of this arc too. The way that he was trying to train himself to use like what the dragon seal power or something to get Piccolo into the rice cooker because the master missed. So Tenshinhan was trying to train himself to get him in it, and that was just so great considering he was like against us in the previous arc and he's done this like full 180 in this arc. Although you did say the natural progression into that, like it wasn't out of nowhere, but I just love how different he was in this arc compared to the previous one, and I just love how much he is on the side of good. He is just an excellent character. He's fast becoming one of my favorites again. I really liked Yajirobe. Is that how you say? You guys are probably laughing at me, but the guy that Goku meets, I really liked him as well. I like the fact that he was just like wanting to eat things, and Goku ate his fish, and he was really pissed about that. So he ended up eating one of those. Well, the dragon thing that what was it called again? Symbol. The symbol in Tambourine. Tambourine is the one who killed Kuririn, who Goku ends up taking down, thank God. But yeah, I do really like Yajirobe. I like how when he sees Goku was not actually dead, and he picks him up, and Goku's like, water, and Yajirobe just runs to the water and helps him, like no questions asked. It's like he realized just like how immense and powerful Goku is, and just how terrifying a situation it was to be up against Piccolo, because Yajirobe does run away, and I don't blame him for that at all. But I do love the fact that he took Goku straight to the water, helped him get to that Karen tower, the Karen pole thing, and got him all the way up to the top. So Goku getting back to the tower, I really did like that we got back there, and then he drank this water, like super water of the gods or something, and nobody has survived it except Goku. Like Goku was like the first person to survive it, and you do really need to have someone who is superhuman or beyond superhuman in order to take down King Piccolo, because Piccolo, High-Low Piccolo, he was just so... I just realised, yeah, High-Low Piccolo, is he named after that? Yeah, Piccolo was too strong. He was out of this world strong. So Goku did need something to help. So I like that he managed to survive that almost poison. He went through hours of torture. And again, like I get flashbacks to Luffy and Impel Down in One Piece. But with Goku being able to stop Piccolo, and yeah, Piccolo was going to destroy a different province, a different city every single year on May 9th, which is the day that King Piccolo managed to become king. And Goku manages to stop him by fisting him, essentially, by putting his fist right through him and killing him. I was so shocked by that. I thought he would have to get trapped by the demon seal. So I was a little bit surprised at how that fight ended. But damn, putting that fist right through him and killing him, and oh god, that was really gross. Like, this arc is probably the most violent and the goriest arc yet. And just to see people get, like, bisected and, you know, holes blasted through them and people getting killed left, right, and center. What a change from the early arcs of Dragon Ball. It just feels so different. Still really great. In fact, I much prefer it this way than I did in the early days. Yeah, the first fight actually between Goku and Piccolo, when he first comes up against him, and you see how bloody and beaten Goku is on the face. Like, his face is so badly damaged. He's got like blood everywhere. His eyes are darker. Like, I've never seen him look that beat up before. At least I don't think so. He just looked close to death. Like, the closest to death he's ever come. So it did really add so much stakes. And yeah, it just wasn't an easy fix to take down Piccolo. It took a lot more than usual. And it really paid off, I think. It really paid off in the end. This arc, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. But definitely my favourite arc so far. It just changed what I expected from this series. It just totally made me think so differently on how we approach the story and the fights. And it was like some of the best fights I've seen so far, and the most exciting of the story so far. Now I have no idea what's going to happen next. I really do not. This arc just grabbed me by the Dragon Balls.